to the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week. We're getting set to head to the fourth quarter of play, and well, Savannah Christian had a big third quarter. They scored on the first play, and they received the kickoff and ran it 91 yards for a touchdown to Tyler Arnold. Nick Bateman with a 10-yard fumble return for touchdown was the last play, and I'm still trying to figure this one out. Javante Middleton scrambles. He's right there on the yard line, and I mean, I don't know. Boy, that's close. Man, that's very close, but the ruling was on that it was a fumble, so it was a 10-yard fumble return for touchdown.
And it's one of these things where if you're Jenkins, you have to be frustrated because Savannah Christian scores 17 points in the third quarter. Or excuse me, Savannah Christian scores 16 points in the third quarter, and they do it without getting a single first down. So if you're a member of this Jenkins defense and you're on the sidelines right now, I don't know what's going through your head. You go out there and say, we hold them to 3 and outs, and yet we were ahead 7-0, and now we're down 16-7. And now if you're the Warrior offense, something positive, anything positive?
You need a first down, number one. They haven't had, first downs that, I mean, Savannah Christian 5 yards total offense, I think. We saw in the quarter, 91-yard kickoff return. The fumble return was 16 yards, so that's a special teams. And so neither team really put up big offense.
But I give Donald Chumley and the Red Raiders a lot of credit because things aren't going their way offensively. Things aren't going their way defensively in the first half. So what do they come out? They get the big special teams touchdown, and then they take advantage of other mistakes.
Nick Bateman has been a one-man wrecking crew on defense there, picking up the fumble for a touchdown. Also had the interception, took it inside the 2. So, well, we see Jamori Bryant back this time, throws it out to the right-hand side. Eric Johnson with a little bit of daylight. Johnson brought down by Ben Hessler.
Tackle made by number 18, Ben Hoisler.
Gets maybe a yard and a half on the play. Offensively, we've seen some spurts from this Warrior football team, but execution-wise, the third quarter, I mean, there's nothing. Both teams didn't really execute offensively, but if you're Jenkins right now, don't turn the ball over, option number 1, positive yardage, option number 2.
Jeff Marks running the camera down there on our boom camera, getting our great fan shots as we get right to the action. Jamori Bryant going long, up top, right into the arms of Tyler Arnold. Tyler Arnold around the right side. Tyler Arnold inside the 30-yard line, brought down by Eric Johnson. What a block was laid there, right?
Oh, Ken, you don't see that too often at the high school level. That was, give him credit, he bounced up, man. That was about as good as a cross-crack block as you're going to see. But we do have a flag on the play.
Up top and right there. Wow. Tim Leaks for Jenkins. Clock rocked.
And where they threw the flag, it's going to be against Savannah Christian. Don't know if it's going to be a hold or a block in the back, but in the area where they threw it, that's usually what you see.
So Jenkins will come out. Jonathan Chambly has the football. Of course, the change of possession stands. It was after the interception, so.
And if I'm the Raiders, I don't try to do anything fancy, Ken. I'll run the ball 3 straight times and punt it because I trust my defense right now more than I trust my offense. And I'll continue to drop my defense out there and challenge Jenkins to score 10 points in the final 9-10 minutes.
So we're into the fourth quarter of play here on the Thursday Night Blitz. 16-7, Savannah Christian leading. You see it on the scoreboard. Brought to you by the Savannah Low Country Honda dealers. Chambly with a quick handoff. He keeps the football, rolls it around, fake in the middle, and there as well, close to a first down. Faked it to Benton, kept it himself, flipped it off to the side.
And Ken, maybe that's one of those situations where that's the best thing that can happen. Is that Johnny Lewis on the carry,
Johnny
Ben Jackson?
Lewis, yeah.
Because you don't pick up a first down. You always want to pick up a first down, right? But in that case, you picked up 8 yards. So now you have second and short. More time can come off the clock with the second down and 1.5 situation. So maybe now I've said against it all night now. Maybe now's where you try between the tackles again. See if you can finally get some penetration and get a first down with the big nasties up front.
Chambly with a busy backfield. Time he gives it to Benton straight up the middle. There's the first down.
Yeah, and they're starting to wear down. And they've been out here a long night.
It favors the offense.
Yeah, and you have a defense that's played their heart out. That's the first down that Jenkins has given up. Ready for this, Ken? Since the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. And yet they've surrendered 16 points in the last 14, 15 minutes. So now Savannah Christian can start to go to work on this defensive line because Jenkins, their heads down, they're out of gas, and they're running out of time.
Chambly under center. Again, gives it to Benton straight up the middle. Gain of maybe 3 on the play, we'll call it.
And again, if you are, we got another flag on the play, and this time I think you're going to get Jenkins for an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Tim Adams down there on the sidelines, a little frustrated with what he's seen with his football team tonight. Coming in as the 3A school, Savannah Christian single-A private school. Won a state championship prior to single-A splitting between public and private. That was their third straight trip to the Dome.
And you're starting to see some frustration set in here.
Aaron Jones, I've been told by our great producer Dan Flaxer, has been ejected from the football game. Aaron Jones.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Tack on 15, obviously. There's an ejection to go with it, but we can see the replay. I don't know if it will, the replay will last long enough to see what happened down on the scrum down below.
And not only that, but his eligibility next week in question as well after an ejection.
Here's the replay brought to you by your Savannah Low Country Honda dealers. No, it's not there. Here we go. Straight ahead, if you see it at the end, he's down, we can't see it. All right, let's get back to the action right now. Savannah Christian now in great field position. Wade Benton starting to get a little room, getting those legs to chucking a little.
And attrition setting in. And you expected to set in a little bit there, and Wade Benton, like you said, Ken, able to bounce it outside, and you know what? They pick up, a good 7-8 yards on first down, and we've seen that 2 of the last 3 first downs. Savannah Christian able to pick up 6-7 yards and give themselves a second and short situation.
Because John O'Chumley is now just thinking, let's keep this ball for another 3 or 4 minutes, run a touchdown, and this game's over then. Jenkins really has shown no signs of offense whatsoever. And for the maybe 1 or 2 plays that they've really shown a good offensive stance.
And for the first time tonight, Savannah Christian's offensive line is winning the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Wade Benton, Chambly keeps it. What a great play fake. I think Benton thought he had it. Yeah. That's how good of a play fake it was. Only was Jonathan Chambly rushing around to the right side and moving the chains again.
Well, when you start to have success between the tackles like that, the linebackers start to close in a little bit, and you're able to play fake and bounce it outside and pick up a first down. So after we saw 2 consecutive quarters, 2 whole quarters went by, Ken, without the Red Raiders getting a first down. They had 1 via penalty, but they've had 3 first downs on their last 5 plays.
Xavier Jones making the tackle for Jenkins as the Savannah Christian Raider faithful coming in full force. And it's one of those nights where it's not too bad to have the shirt off, I think. It's hot enough. Busy backfield. Gives it to Wade Benton. Benton around the right-hand side. Benton almost in for a touchdown. Takes it down to the 1. And that's what we have expected to see out of Wade Benton. He'll rumble and stumble and just keep those legs moving. And you got a feeling it's going to be to Benton himself or kept by the quarterback, Chambly, and we're going to see a touchdown the way they've moved this football at will.
And it's a good sign if you're the Raiders, because offensively, not much had gone right your way all night. This last drive, the battle of attrition, the battle of wills, this Raider football team started to physically dominate the Jenkins defense, and that's why they're moving the ball down the field and knocking on the door 6.
Chambly now under center. Gives it to Benton, and that's a touchdown. So Wade Benton's in from 1 yard out, and Savannah Christian has tacked on another touchdown and completely taken over the second half. We'll give him a 1 yard run for Wade Benton.
And, we can talk about the breaks not going Jenkins' way and how, he had 2 big turnovers on offense that led to, 9 points, and then the special teams touchdown led to a touchdown. That strictly was Savannah Christian's offense moving the ball at will against Jenkins' defense, the first time we've seen it all night.
There's a replay, Seth.
Yeah, just a quick little hitter going between the tackles. And again, Jenkins' defense has probably been out there for 2/3 of the game now. The offense unable to sustain drives. And eventually that's going to take its toll, and it took its toll. And here we are, got another flag on the field as things start to get a little sloppy.
So it's 22-7.
Hey, we got dead ball. We got encroachment here.
Stephen Brennan with his work to go. He's calling the penalties against Jenkins, so I think Brennan's seeing what they want to do. Is an encroachment call? Dead ball foul since it was encroachment.
Okay, you got to come on back.
So he's bringing him back out to try
He's
to
going
get
to
extra
have to,
point.
yeah, it was a dead ball foul, so. May try and punch it back in. We'll see. 23-7. But of course, that third point should come off the board. So it's actually 22-7 is what it should say. All right, so it's 22-7. Logan Tovar is back on to try and tack on the 23rd point. Chambly's the holder. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So the extra point is good by Logan Tovar, and now it's 23-7 on the Ford scoreboard. Go further. There's Demetrius Robertson, the newest member of the team, with a lot of high fives for his new teammates at Savannah Christian Prep School. Next week on the Blitz, we're taking it to Lyons, Toombs County in the pit. See the Toombs County Bulldogs take on the Johnson Adams Smashers, and you can see it right here on MyLC or online on WSAV.com, or you can download the Blitz app. Senior Jamar Smith with the football stud running back at Toombs County, and one of the best right there, man. We're going to get a good chance to see him, and that's our game of the week next week. The second of 11 games we'll be bringing for you on WSAV's Family of the Blitz. I explained it to you on your radio show last week. We have the Blitz Top 10 we launch on Wednesdays, and then the Thursday Night Blitz on Thursday, Friday Night Blitz, fastest high school football show in town, and Saturday morning we'll have the Blitz Extra half-hour Saturday morning show, and then on Sunday we re-show the Thursday Night Blitz game of the week. So if you're a football fan in this area, you know where to turn to, the Family of the Blitz.
So next Thursday, since you're breaking up with me for a week, who's your broadcast partner, huh? Do I know him?
Yeah, next week is going to be Mark Stroud.
Okay.
Mark was the Savannah Chatham athletics director. Actually, Mark Stroud was a head football coach at Benedictine before Danny Britt came in. So Mark Stroud now is an assistant principal out at Claxton. He's moved around a bit. So Mark Stroud will be joining me in the booth. And like I tell you, I'll probably tell him next week, best color guy in the business. And just move to the next guy. So.
Why do you need to lie to Mark like that? He's a good guy. I mean, he doesn't deserve that. Beautiful night, Ken. A warm evening into a beautiful night.
23-7. We're not going to see overtime tonight on the Blitz like we did 1 year ago when Savannah Christian tied Jenkins on a field goal by that man right there, number 86, Logan Tovar.
So you're not going to go with the 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions to tie it at 23? You're not believing in that?
Tovar to the right side and kicks it out of bounds. Yep, it goes out of bounds. So Jenkins will take over the football with no return.
Well, get it at the 35-yard line, so a nice little start here, and it's what you want to accomplish right now. And if you are Tim Adams, you've seen your team practice all summer. No matter what quarterback you've thrown in there, it hasn't worked. All 3 quarterbacks have a turnover. So I guess you go to the one you're the most confident in, and you try to get some positive stuff out of it.
Savannah Christian checking in at number 9 in the week 0 WSAV Blitz Top 10, partnered up with Seth Harp here over at the Ticket and Harp on Sports, and I think, well, they're making a statement right off the bat. Not only that, we haven't seen a chance for Demetrius Robertson to check in. He will soon. We'll see how long that will wait. He was ruled eligible by the GHSA, and then they kind of changed course when new paperwork was turned in by Savannah Christian themselves. So we'll go back to Javante Middleton, who was back, and, well, he gets credit for the fumble. did Javonte Middleton on the fumble return for touchdown for Savannah Christian, because they said he didn't throw the ball past the line of scrimmage. So Middleton with a stand-up. I think as we roll through probably around 7-minute mark, right around the 7-minute mark, I think Tim Adams just wants to see his offense do something. They want to see them get a first down or two at this point in time.
And, you know, maybe you get to the midfield, Ken, and you take a shot at the end zone. But right now, you know, trying to score 16 points in a 6-7 minute span is just not realistic. So you try to get into your offense at least some rhythm, because you do have, you have 3 timeouts left, so you have plenty of time if it gets down to a situation where you need to try to get the ball back.
So Middleton's the man at quarterback. He's only a freshman. Plays quarterback and wide receiver, but he's getting, he's getting time here. Obviously, Jamori Bryant he is a senior, but he didn't, when you have a guy like Brendan Carter last year, Brendan Carter got all the action, so that was the case.
Yeah. And again, it's par for the course, Ken. Savannah Christian, at least defensively, has caught some breaks tonight when it comes to this. Jenkins has a small positive play on first down where they pick up 2 or 3 yards, and then they get a false start. So second down, this is the 5th time tonight that after picking up positive yards on a first down, Jenkins finds themselves in a second down and long.
I bet that we saw more first downs in that last drive by Savannah Christian than we've seen by both teams combined in the entire game. All right, so here we go. Out of the shotgun, Middleton with the football. And he looks to his right, throws it to his right behind the line of scrimmage, but trying to make something out of it is Eric Johnson, and he's able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So a gain of 5.
As we hit the halfway mark of the 4th quarter, now you've got 3rd down and 10, and what do you do here if you're the Warriors? Well, you try it for a first down. Whatever it is, your receivers, whatever you're going to do, you got to make sure you get to the 45-yard line. You want to cut off your route at the 48 and come back, that's fine. But whatever happens on this play, the ball's got to find its way to the 45-yard line to give yourself a shot.
Juan De La Rosa has been pretty much completely taken out of this game. They tried a few different things to try and get him the football, but as electrifying as he can be, Savannah Christian came in with a game plan defensively, and they've executed to near perfection.
Yeah, and even Jenkins' 1 touchdown, it was a Savannah Christian turnover inside their own 40-yard line. Gave him a short porch.
Short touchdown run by Arkeem Bird. So Middleton looking around with time, fires it across the middle off the back and in and out of the hands of his intended target. Should have been caught.
Yep. Little high, Ken, but in that situation, when you're right in the middle of the field, Juan De La Rosa, a name that we haven't heard very much tonight that you just mentioned, he had to leave his feet to go for the ball, and when he left his feet, anytime you leave your feet in this sport, you become shorter immediately when the ball hits your fingers as you try to crunch down and protect your center mass, and that's what happened there. He went up for the ball. The minute it touched his fingers, he crouched and trickled through, and now you get to punt again.
So it's 23-7. Jenkins back to punt the football, and they'll have to give it away. And they're not in a position. If you had 10 yards more and you were at the 45, it's a chance to go for it. But you can't go for it at the 35. They're going to hope for something special teams-wise. Good punt, straight down the field, straight up the middle. Caught and fielded. Is that Tyler Arnold again, trying to get out to the right-hand side. Good open field tackle. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more of the 4th quarter on the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week. Savannah Christian over Jenkins, 23-7.
Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by your Savannah Lowcountry Honda dealers.